Okay, so what if I told you that the biggest breakthroughs in leadership, they aren't coming from business schools anymore? What if they're coming from inside the human brain? Today, we're going to look at a powerful new approach that does exactly that. It's called Management Rewired, the new science of leadership. So let's just start with a question, and I bet this is going to sound familiar. You give what you think is really constructive feedback, right? But instead of sparking improvement, performance, it actually gets worse. It's this super common frustration for managers. And as we're about to see, there's a very clear scientific reason why that happens. Or, what about motivation? We're all taught that money is the ultimate driver. So then why do bonuses and raises so often just fizzle out? They don't create that lasting engagement. While on the flip side, being totally lost in a meaningful project can feel, incredible, almost like an addictive high.
And get this is a really counterintuitive one. We've always been told to check our emotions at the door, to make logical, clear-headed business decisions. But what if that's just completely wrong? What if our emotions are actually a critical tool for making smarter choices?
If any of these questions are hitting home for you, you're running right into what we can call the management paradox. The traditional tools, the things we've relied on for so long, they're just failing us. Plain and simple, the old playbook isn't working anymore. So where do we find the new one? Where are the answers? Well, the source of the solution isn't in another dusty management theory. Nope. The answers are actually hardwired into the very organ we use to think, to feel, and to lead, the human brain. And that brings us to the absolutely fascinating field of neuroscience. Thanks to these incredible advances in technology, we can literally watch the brain in action. We can see what truly drives empathy, reasoning, and motivation. It's a breakthrough that honestly changes everything we thought we knew about leadership. Through things like brain scans and cognitive experiments, we're finally getting a clear scientific picture of why those old management techniques so often fall flat, and what the brain actually needs to learn to connect and to stay fired up. Okay, so this science is amazing, right? But the real question is, how do we translate all these incredible scientific insights into practical, everyday tools? How do we build a new leadership toolkit, one that's actually based on how our team's brains work? Well, that is the entire focus of Management Rewired. It's a program designed from the ground up to give you that new toolkit by applying the science of the brain directly to the art of management. It's a 2-day deep dive. Day 1 is called Managing Upside Down in a Neuro Way, and it's all about challenging those foundational management concepts we take for granted. Then Day 2, Changing Minds, Mind Changing, gives you the tools to lead real, impactful transformation. And inside, you're going to discover some real game-changing concepts. We'll explore that deep, surprising connection between the heart and the brain. We'll learn how to use storytelling as a powerful tool for influence, and we are going to expose the feedback fallacy for what it is, showing you why our brains register criticism as a threat, which shuts down the very learning we're trying to inspire. Look, this isn't just about interesting theories. It's about building tangible outcomes. The specific skills that are going to define the next generation of really effective leadership. You'll walk away with a brand new toolkit, ready to apply neuroscience to your management style, like the very next day. You'll know how to genuinely enhance relationships at work and lead organizational change with a new kind of confidence and effectiveness. It's really a fundamental shift in thinking. We're moving away from the old way, feedback systems that backfire and just relying on money. The Neuro Way is all about designing environments that actually align with the brain, tapping into that deep, purpose-driven motivation, and using emotion as a strategic tool. So who should be looking at this? Honestly, whether you're in senior management or you're a rising team lead, this program is for any leader who is ready to stop guessing and start managing based on the science of how people actually thrive. So, are you ready to upgrade your leadership toolkit? It's really time to stop fighting against human nature and start leading with it. It's time to rewire. This is a fresh approach, one that uses neuroscience to build stronger, more resilient teams, to spark real innovation, and to drive business results that actually last. It's about leading smarter, not just harder. The science is here. The tools are ready and available. The only question left is, are you ready to transform the way you lead?